Nature is calling us again. This time we're heading to the Pacific Northwest, but we're not sightseeing this round. We have the job to do in this tile lane token drafting game, Cascadia. Hi, welcome to Gaming Solo. My name is Rob, your solo gamer friend, and today we're going to be drafting tokens and tiles to construct a beautiful landscape. Our boss, known in this game as the wildlife scoring cards, are going to give us our objectives, and it is our job to get the best score we can. We'll have to deal with bears, elk, hawks, salmon, and foxes, placing them in habitats that will best suit us and the animal in another beat your own score game in today's edition of Gaming Solo. The player is set up and ready for play. In this section here we have our habitat tiles. Right above the habitat tiles we have the nature tokens, which are pine cones, and I'll go into detail how those work in a minute. Across the top here we have our objectives for scoring and the animals aligned with those objectives. The first one is a grizzly bear. Grizzly bear scores the number of pairs of bears together with no other bears around them. So if you have 2 pair, then you get 4 points. 11 points. 1 pair is 4 points, and so on. The next animal is the Roosevelt elk. They score per straight line of elk. So the longer line you have, the more points you get, up to 4 elk. Then you have to start a new section of elk. The third animal down is a red-tailed hawk. The red-tailed hawk scores for each hawk that is not adjacent to any other hawk. So pretty much it's got to be on a tile with no other hawks on tiles around it. The red fox scores for each fox number of unique adjacent animals around it. So you count your fox, every animal around it, you get a point for each animal around it that is unique. So you don't get, so if you have 2 bear around it, you only get to score 1 for 1 bear. But you can have a total of 5 of them around it, you get up to 5 points if you mix everything, and a fox counts as a unique animal next to that fox. Finally, we have the Chinook salmon. They score for each run per salmon you have. So it's pretty much a line of salmon that don't circle back on each other, and you get up to 7 in a run for a total of 25 points. So 1 through 7, and then you can start back over in a different run if you have the space or the time. In this section here are our drafting tiles and tokens. When you draft tile and token, you must draft both the tile and the token together from the same section, unless a special exception applies to the nature token, which I'll explain again in a minute. In the center here, I have my randomly selected starting group of tiles. In the top, I have the bear in the mountains. To the left, I have forest and wetlands that can contain a hawk, an elk, or a fox. To the right, I have the prairie and the rivers, which can contain a salmon and a bear. When I place a token, I must place a token that matches one of the animals that can go into the area. I cannot place a bear token right here because there's not a bear there. And finally, we have our token bag with this beautiful bag that came with the game. It's awesome. So we pull our tokens out of there randomly. Nature tokens, if you look at the top where the bear is on the mountains, you'll see an arrow that indicates that's a keystone tile. On that keystone tile, you'll see a leaf. When you place a token on there, you get a nature token pine cone. And then what you can do is you can do 3 things with it. You can keep it to the end of the game and score 1 point for each one you have, or you can trade it in. And when you trade it in, instead of taking a pair, you can mix and match. You can grab the hawk in the mountains along with the hawk right here and play that when you trade a nature token in, and then you just replace those missing tiles and tokens. Or you can, if say you don't like any of the tokens on there, not tiles but tokens, you can trade a nature token in and to wipe all 4 of those and put 4 new ones out. Also, while I'm talking about wiping, if you have 3 of the same animal out there, you have the option to wipe them from the board and put 3 new ones out. If there are 4 of the same animal out there, you must wipe them all and put new ones out until you have a combination of 3 or less. And that is how the game setup and play begins. I'll go into more detail as the game progresses. I think we're ready to play. Just for your information, when you play solo, you take your tile and your token, you take the last token and tile in that line, you take them out of play, and you slide the remaining tokens down. Just so you know, this will be the first in the line and this will be the last in the line. So my first action is I'm going to take this mountain token and the mountain tile and the bear token and place the bear token on here, which gives me a nature token. And I'm going to place the mountain token with the hawk on it right here, so I can start working the hawk every other its own space. Then I'm going to take these two out of play, and I'm going to slide these down, and I'll take the next tile. I'm going to work them from back to the lead. Same with grabbing. I'm going to grab one token at a time, so that way there's no trying to figure out what goes where. I mean, I know what goes where. So now I'm in a situation. I can swipe these 3 tokens and put 3 more out, but I need the hawk, so I'm going to leave it there. So I'm going to grab this right here. I'm going to grab the hawk token, and I'm going to grab the forest token with the fox. I'm going to place the forest token with the fox right here, so I can start working the 5 animals around the fox in the center. I'm going to put the hawk right here. I remove these 2 from play, slide down, get the next 2, have a salmon and a fox. Token bag does not want to stay in place. I need a fox, I need a salmon to be in the salmon run, but I also need that space for the bear. I think I'm going to grab these 2 right here. I'm going to place the fox here because it gives me more options to place an animal token there. I'm going to place this token right here. I'm going to rotate it. Now they don't have to all be facing up. You can rotate them to benefit you the best. So that way I can try to get my continuation of habitat tiles. And I'll place the prairie mountain token there that has the hawk and the elk on it. I take these 2 out of play, slide these down, and the next tokens come out. Is a wetland and forest, and a mountain and wetland. Another salmon, and another hawk. I think I'm going to grab these 2 right here. The salmon token, I'm going to place the salmon token in the bear tile. So I'm going to place the, it's not going to work out too well there. I'm going to place this right here. And I'm going to place the salmon here in an attempt to start a salmon run, because I need this space for the bear, for the pair of bears. I'm going to remove these 2 out of play. Slide these down, pull the next tokens out and tiles. Three hawks. When I placed this fox earlier, I failed to take another nature token. So I'm going to take a nature token. I did the same for this hawk. So total of 3 nature tokens should have been in my play. I overlooked that. So I have the hawks and the salmon. I think I'm going to go ahead and take the hawk and the salmon tile here. Place the hawk token here. I'm going to take the salmon tile, and I'm not going to have that good of a run unless I place it here and try to fill the middle with the salmon to go this way. So I want to attempt. My tiles are already starting to not match up in certain areas, but that's okay. Take these 2 out of play. Slide these down. Grab the next 2 tiles, mountain and forest, and prairie and forest. bear and fox. I need the bear, but I need the I want the bear, and I want another forest toggle. So I'm going to trade a token in, a nature token. I'm going to take this bear. I'm going to take my token back. I'm just going to take these two right here, place the bear here, place this token right there. I'm going to get rid of these two because I have that for next play. So I want that salmon tile so I can start my run, or at least set it up for the run. So I'm going to grab two more tiles. A salmon tile is great, that works, and another tile, wetlands and prairie, with a salmon and a hawk on it, and a fox comes out, and another fox comes out. I'm going to sweep the foxes, put them to the side for a second, grab three more, a hawk, an elk, definitely need elk, and a salmon. Perfect. Now these three go back in the bag. And I'm going to go ahead and take the salmon and the tile right here. Shift it so it has wetlands connected. Place the salmon here, and I've already started a salmon run. Remove these two, and I'll slide these two down, and flip over two more tiles. Prairie with a forest and mountain. Get a token, a bear, and another salmon. So I'm going to I'm going to take the salmon and this tile here, put the tile right here, place the salmon here, and now I can put a hawk here, an elk there, and I still need a fox. So I'll have to get a fox tile. Let me take these two out of play. And slide these down a bit. Grab the next two tiles. There we go, fox and a salmon with a river and forest, and another river and prairie. Bear and elk. Okay, I'm going to take, I want the elk. I think I can make the fox. No, I'm going to trade in a nature tile now. I'm going to take this tile with the fox and the salmon. I'm going to place it here. I want to take the elk token, place it here. And I'm going to get rid of these two. These match up and slide down now. And I can take the next two out, which is a mountain and a river, and another mountain and river. It's a hawk and another salmon. I can continue my salmon run, but I need a fox and 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm looking here. I have 4 out of 5, so I just need a fox. So it doesn't matter. I just gotta keep that space open. I have a hawk and a bear there. I think I'm gonna go ahead and grab the hawk and this. Place the hawk here. I'm going to place this tile I'm going to place it like this so I can start my next pair of bears. And so the only thing I'm missing now is a fox to complete the one of each animal around the fox to include a fox. Get rid of these two right here. Slide this down. Hopefully it makes it easier to see for you. I want to grab a token, which is a mountain token, and it's a keystone. And the next token is a wetland token, and it is a fox. And it's also a keystone. I'm grabbing, it's another bear and another salmon. So I can continue the salmon run. But for continuous habitats, I got to get 7 of them to get 2 points for each habitat. And running out of tiles quickly. This game does go quick for solo. I think I'm going to go ahead and take this bear here with the river prairie tile. Place the bear here and place this right here to maybe get a river run going. Looks like I closed out my chance to get in a forest run. Yeah, I only had 6. I missed it by 1. Messed up when I placed the elk, the one there. So I take this out of play because it's last in the line. Slide these down. Grab another 2 tiles. And there's a river and a forest. And a prairie and a forest. Take out an elk and a salmon. I gotta have elk in a straight line of each other. Just continue, it doesn't matter what direction lines go as long as it's straight. So I can grab, or I can continue my salmon run. The salmon run goes up to 7. I got 3 of them. If I grab this, I can put it here, continue some of the, well, no, shut the prairie down. Can't do anything else with the forest. I locked it out. I have to restart another forest tile. I think I'm going to just go ahead and grab, I'm going to grab these right here. I'm going to place this right here, just like this. I can keep the prairie going if I get a connection there. I'm going to place a salmon here. That gives me 4 in the run. These 2 go out of play. You slide down just a bit. Take the next 2. First one is a wetland and a forest. Next one is a prairie and a mountain. And salmon and a fox. I'm going to have to take that fox so I can complete one of those objectives. Let's see here. I'm definitely taking the fox. I'm debating if I want to trade in a nature token. I have 2 of them remaining to grab a wetland or a river. But you know what? I'm just going to take these 2 anyways because I can continue the prairie. So I'm going to place the fox here, and then we'll place this like this, and it'll continue my prairie and add to the mountain. So right now I have 4 in the prairie connected. The mountain I can work on still. My wetlands kind of have something going here. I'd have to surround it, but these 3 are connected. River, something small going here. But let's take these 2 out of play. Slide this down. Take the next tile is a forest and a mountain and a river. I need elk. And another hawk. I need the elk. I gotta have a place to put the elk also. I'm gonna trade another nature token. I'm going to grab this elk and this mountain tile and place it like this, like this, and I'll put the elk here, and that gives me 2 elk. And then this goes away. This lines up, slides down. And next tile is a prairie and a forest and a river. Another elk and another hawk. I think, let's see here. I need a bear. I need a mountain tile with a bear. And I could place another hawk. That's what I'll do. I'll take these 2 right here. I'm going to take the mountain tile that has a bear on it. I'm going to put it right here. And then I want to put the hawk right there. And I need to get my hawk surrounded. This goes away. These slide down. It is a river and a prairie and a wetland. Another salmon and another elk. So I do have the elk with the river. I can connect that. I can I think I'm going to go ahead and take I'm going to take this nature token, trade it in, and I'm going to take this elk with this tile here, place it like that, drop the elk on it to get a larger run going. Now, because I've taken from here and here, the last 2 are going to be these 2 right here. So it doesn't matter which way they come from as long as it's just the last 2 of each one. Slide those down, turn 2 more tiles over, mountain and prairie, mountain and wetland, another elk, and another hawk. I have 7 tiles remaining. I think I have 1 too many. Let me take that 1 tile. Should have. There we go. Should only have 6 remaining. I think I'm going to try to set up a larger salmon run. I'm going to grab this and this. I'm going to drop salmon here. I think that gives me 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 prairie connected. This elk, I can place it there, but that gives me an opportunity to take the hawk away, or I can discard the elk. I'm going to discard the elk. Now, you do not have to play a token. You have to play a tile, but you do not have to play a token. I'm going to get rid of these last 2. Slide these down a bit. Grab the next 2 tiles. After this, there are 4 remaining. I have a wetland and a mountain, and a prairie and a forest. Another salmon. So you guys know I definitely want that salmon. And another fox. I think I'm going to go ahead and take this salmon and this tile, drop the salmon here. I'm going to put this here to try to increase my elk run. 4 is the max before I start over, so that helps. I lose these 2 though. So I have 4 tiles remaining in the hopes that an elk comes out in those 4 and I can grab it up on the elk tokens. A prairie and a forest are the 2 tiles that came out. One is a keystone prairie with a salmon and a bear. I want that bear, so I'm going to go ahead and grab these 2. Put the bear here. I'm going to put the prairie forest with the salmon fox on it right here. That'll give me at least 2 points there. Take these 2 away. Saw these down. This is the very last action. I have a prairie and a wetland, and a prairie and a mountain. Hoping for an elk to come out. Have a fox and another fox. So my elk run ends with 3. So I'm going to have to take the salmon and this prairie tile. I'm going to drop the salmon here. Then I'll put the prairie tile here just so I can get my prairie tile run, which is 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. So I did have it. That's good. And that is, we'll get rid of these 2 just because. And that is the end of how the game was played. Pretty quick and simple and easy. And give me just a minute, we'll come back with how the game is scored and we'll do a quick score. Okay, the final score for the game was 48 points. And if you look at the solo scoring system within the game book, I didn't even meet the minimum standard to even get a ranking. So the minimum ranking is 60 plus, which is a good start. I didn't get a good start. So I earned, on the scorecard, I earned 11 points for the bears. I had 2 pair on the board. I had a run of 3 elk, which gave me 9 points. I had a run of 6 salmon, which gave me 20 points. I had 4 hawks on the board with no other hawks immediately surrounding them, which gave me 11 points. I had 1 fox surrounded by all the other animals, 1 of each type, which gave me 5 points. And the only continuous run of a habitat I had of 7 or larger was the prairie, which is in the bottom right corner. I had a total of 8, which gave me a total of 2 points. Once again, I did not have any nature tokens for bonus points, so final score was 48. Didn't even get off to a good start, and so that's the final score for this game. Okay, we finished Cascadia. The game, it's one of those games that if you want to get a quick game in and you really don't care about anything else when it comes to art or being thematic or any of that other stuff, it's a good game. It gets to the table quick, takes a couple minutes to set up. You'll spend more time trying to decide which of the wildlife cards for the scoring system you want to use than you will for setting everything else up. The art is the only real art on there is on the wildlife cards, and you really only get 2 variations of each of the animals on there. So the art was okay. I mean, I probably would have liked a variation from A through D of a different look instead of just getting 2 looks where they just took the image and reversed it facing the other way. So, but I mean, the art was still decent. Like I said, setup was less than a couple minutes. You know, comes to the table quick. If you want to get a quick game in, you can do this game in at a decent pace. You're probably doing about 15 minutes. Recommendations, like I said, it's a game I'd recommend if you're not really into a heavy game or something that doesn't require a whole lot of thought process. Just kind of look in at where you want to lay it at, trying to see if you can make your habitat connections, and just getting there playing. Once again, it is a beat your own score game. So those who enjoy that games, this game is for you. Those who don't enjoy it, then it's one of those games that if you pull out, you're just going to play it. So for the most part, recommendations, I said, if I play the games, I've had it before, I'll recommend this game. For someone who wants a light, easy to learn game, something to break them into solo gaming, this is definitely a game I would give them just to get started. It's not area control, there's no worker placement, you're just kind of selecting your tiles and putting where you want at. So that's pretty much it. What you saw of the game was quick, one shot, and you're done. Thank you for joining me here at Gaming Solo. It is truly appreciated. When you get the opportunity, visit the Facebook page, Solo Board Gamers. It's a great group of people. Once again, I'm going to plug these guys almost every time because I get some of my great ideas from talking to or messaging through them. But, gaming, the Solo Board Gamers is a great group of people on Facebook page to visit. If I've done anything wrong, please let me know in the comments below. Feedback is always appreciated. This is Gaming Solo, and have a great day.